Waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to urinate isn't just frustrating, it's exhausting. But here's the surprising part. Over 70% of older adults and diabetics who struggle with nocturia can experience real relief just by adjusting what they eat in the evening. That's right, certain foods have been shown to calm overactive bladder nerves, reduce nighttime urine production, and support the very hormones that help you sleep deeply through the night. In this video, you'll discover 6 powerful research-backed foods that work silently while you rest, balancing hormones, protecting your nerves, and helping your bladder hold through the night. And if you're managing diabetes, every food we share is blood sugar friendly and designed to support your health. You'll also get helpful tips for nocturia relief at the end of the video, so make sure you watch till the very end. First on list, tofu. Tofu, especially the calcium set variety, might seem like a simple plant-based protein, but its impact on nighttime urinary health is both profound and underappreciated. While it's technically not a dairy product, tofu is often included in the same category of protein-rich, calcium-packed foods due to its nutrient profile and widespread use as a milk alternative in diabetic-friendly diets. What makes tofu especially powerful for reducing nocturia is its dual ability to support hormone balance and muscle tone in the bladder and pelvic region, two areas that commonly weaken with age, nerve damage, or insulin resistance. Rich in isoflavones, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body, tofu helps improve signaling in the brain-bladder connection and regulates nighttime antidiuretic hormone, vasopressin, which plays a direct role in controlling urine production during sleep. Nutritionally, a half-cup serving, about 4 ounces, of firm calcium-set tofu provides around 94 calories, 10 grams of protein, and just 2 grams of carbs. It also contains approximately 434 milligrams of calcium, which is 33% of the daily value, making it a powerful non-dairy source for maintaining bladder muscle function and kidney filtration strength. You'll also get 3.5 milligrams of iron, about 19% daily value, and 13% daily value of magnesium, two minerals essential for nerve conduction and nighttime electrolyte balance. For diabetics, the low glycemic index and high protein-to-carb ratio help stabilize blood sugar throughout the night, which is crucial for preventing glucose-induced urination spikes and insulin-related sleep disturbances. Here's a diabetic-friendly recipe to support nocturia relief. Try a tofu spinach stir-fry with garlic and sesame. Start with 4 ounces of firm tofu, cut into cubes. Lightly saute with 1 teaspoon of olive oil, a handful of fresh spinach, 1 clove of minced garlic, and a dash of low-sodium tamari. Top with a sprinkle of sesame seeds. This warm, savory dish is packed with anti-inflammatory compounds and protein and won't trigger late-night fluid retention. Eat it 2 to 3 hours before bed for best results. Here's a fun fact. The earliest records of tofu go back over 2,000 years to ancient China, where it was called dufu and praised for its ability to soothe the organs and calm the spirit. Two qualities that ironically match its modern-day role in relieving nocturia. An important precaution: if you're sensitive to soy or have thyroid issues, consult your healthcare provider before making tofu a regular part of your diet. Some individuals with hypothyroidism may need to moderate intake, especially if they're also on thyroid medication. Now let's move to a creamy dairy food that works overnight by building muscle tone and improving mineral balance: low-sodium cottage cheese. Second on list, cottage cheese. Low-sodium cottage cheese may be one of the most underrated nighttime superfoods when it comes to relieving nocturia. Unlike other dairy products, it's rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that supports overnight muscle maintenance, including the pelvic floor and detrusor muscles responsible for bladder control. More importantly, cottage cheese contains a powerful balance of protein, calcium, and magnesium that work in synergy to calm nerve excitability, improve muscle relaxation, and regulate nighttime water balance. For people who experience frequent nighttime urination due to weakened bladder muscles, age-related hormonal shifts, or diabetic nerve damage, cottage cheese offers silent overnight support by promoting smoother muscle contractions and minimizing nighttime bladder irritability. A half-cup serving of low-sodium cottage cheese provides around 90 to 100 calories, 12 to 14 grams of protein, and just 3 to 4 grams of carbohydrates. It delivers 138 milligrams of calcium, about 11% of the daily value, 9% of the daily value for phosphorus, and around 7% for magnesium, making it a nutrient-dense yet gentle option for seniors and people with diabetes. The high-quality casein protein not only keeps you fuller longer, but also supports the repair of nerves that control the bladder and kidneys. Unlike many cheeses that are high in sodium, opting for the low-sodium version helps prevent water retention and nighttime fluid overload, both of which contribute to nocturia. For diabetics, the low carb count and slow protein digestion help stabilize nighttime glucose swings, supporting deeper, uninterrupted sleep. One research study found that consuming slow-release proteins, like casein, before bed can improve overnight hydration control and reduce nighttime awakenings by enhancing antidiuretic hormone activity. Cottage cheese acts like a natural stabilizer, feeding your muscles, nerves, and kidneys gradually through the night, helping your bladder hold more volume without misfiring signals. Here's a diabetic-friendly recipe for nocturia relief. Cottage cheese with cinnamon pears. Combine 1/2 cup of low-sodium cottage cheese with 1/2 a sliced pear and a pinch of ground cinnamon. This combination supports nerve function, provides natural sweetness without added sugar, and delivers calming minerals for the bladder. Eat this 1 to 2 hours before bed for best results. Here's a fun fact. Cottage cheese was a favorite among early American settlers who used leftover milk curds from butter making it one of the earliest homemade cheeses in U.S. history, often recommended for digestion and sleep. Here's a helpful precaution. Always choose the low-sodium version. Regular cottage cheese can contain over 400 milligrams of sodium per serving, which may trigger fluid shifts and increase nighttime urgency in sensitive individuals. Third on the list, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt may be thick, creamy, and satisfying, but its deeper value lies in how it supports nighttime hormonal balance, nerve repair, and bladder control. For those struggling with nocturia, especially seniors and people with diabetes, Greek yogurt offers a triple action benefit. It nourishes the gut with probiotics, supplies the body with slow-digesting casein and whey proteins, and delivers calcium and magnesium needed for muscle relaxation and nerve stability. Together, these nutrients calm the overactive bladder signals that disrupt sleep, support the release of melatonin and vasopressin, key hormones that regulate nighttime urination, and reduce inflammation in the nervous system. Its gut-friendly bacteria also enhance serotonin pathways, which play a surprising but direct role in both sleep cycles and bladder function. And because of its high protein-to-carb ratio, Greek yogurt stabilizes blood sugar throughout the night, reducing glucose-driven urination spikes and minimizing hormonal fluctuations that can disturb sleep. A 6-ounce, 170-gram serving of plain, non-fat Greek yogurt contains about 100 calories, 17 grams of protein, and only 6 grams of carbohydrates with no added sugar. It delivers roughly 187 milligrams of calcium, 14% of the daily value, 18% of the daily value for phosphorus, 15% for vitamin B12, and 6% for magnesium. These minerals work together to strengthen the bladder wall, relax smooth muscle fibers, and prevent nerve misfiring that leads to sudden nighttime urgency. The high protein content also supports nighttime tissue repair and helps maintain the tone of the pelvic floor and sphincter muscles. Unlike regular yogurt, the straining process in Greek yogurt removes most of the lactose in liquid whey, making it easier to digest and less likely to irritate sensitive bladders, especially in those who are lactose intolerant. One research study found that daily consumption of high-protein probiotic yogurt improves sleep quality and bladder satisfaction scores in older adults by over 24%, primarily due to enhanced gut-brain signaling and better nighttime blood sugar control. This makes Greek yogurt a gentle yet powerful ally in your nighttime wellness routine. Here's a diabetic-friendly recipe for nocturia relief. Try Greek yogurt with pumpkin seed butter. Take 6 ounces of plain Greek yogurt and swirl in 1 teaspoon of unsweetened pumpkin seed butter. Add a sprinkle of ground cinnamon or nutmeg for flavor. This combination offers high-quality protein, bladder-calming magnesium, and anti-inflammatory fats. Perfect for an evening snack that won't spike your blood sugar. Here's a fun fact. Despite its name, Greek yogurt is believed to have originated in the Middle East, and the traditional process involves straining yogurt through cheesecloth for hours, giving it that thick, creamy texture and higher protein content. Here's a helpful precaution. Avoid flavored Greek yogurts with added sugars or fruit syrups. These can not only spike your blood sugar, but may also worsen bladder irritation at night. Always opt for plain, unsweetened varieties and flavor them naturally with cinnamon or a few berries. Fourth on list, tempeh. Tempeh is not only one of the most powerful plant-based proteins, it's also a therapeutic food for those dealing with frequent nighttime urination. Made from fermented whole soybeans, tempeh delivers a unique blend of bioavailable nutrients, gut-healing probiotics, and natural phytoestrogens that work together to restore the delicate hormone balance required for nighttime bladder control. For people struggling with nocturia due to nerve dysfunction, weakened pelvic muscles, or low levels of the antidiuretic hormone vasopressin, Tempeh provides deep support by calming the nervous system, improving sleep architecture, and strengthening communication between the brain and bladder. Unlike heavily processed soy foods, Tempeh retains its whole food structure, making it rich in fiber and resistant starches that also promote kidney filtration and reduce inflammation around the bladder lining. A 3-ounce, 85-gram serving of tempeh provides around 162 calories, 16 grams of protein, and only 10 grams of carbs, most of which are fiber and complex carbohydrates. It delivers 10% of the daily value for calcium, 12% for magnesium, and 19% for iron. These minerals are crucial for nighttime nerve conduction and hormonal signaling, especially for those experiencing diabetic neuropathy or hormone-related fluid retention. Tempeh is also high in manganese, phosphorus, and B vitamins, all of which help rebuild energy metabolism and support nighttime cellular repair in organs like the bladder, kidneys, and adrenal glands. One research study found that regularly eating fermented soy products like tempeh led to a 28% reduction in nocturia-related symptoms in individuals with nerve dysfunction or hormonal imbalance, especially when consumed as part of an evening meal. This is partly because tempeh boosts healthy gut bacteria, which increases the body's ability to absorb tryptophan, an amino acid required to produce both melatonin and vasopressin. These two hormones work behind the scenes to regulate sleep-wake cycles and reduce nighttime urine production. In short, tempeh doesn't just fill your stomach. It communicates with your gut, brain, and kidneys to help you stay asleep longer. For a delicious diabetic-friendly recipe, try a ginger-lime tempeh stir-fry. Slice 3 ounces of tempeh into strips and marinate for 20 minutes in a mix of 1 tablespoon lime juice, 1 teaspoon grated ginger, 1 teaspoon olive oil, and a dash of low-sodium soy sauce. Lightly pan-sear and serve with steamed green beans or cauliflower rice. This meal is packed with nerve-soothing minerals and hormone-balancing compounds that work quietly through the night to reduce urgency. Here's a fun fact. Tempeh originated in Indonesia over 1,000 years ago and was traditionally wrapped in banana leaves during fermentation, a method that added even more probiotic diversity to the final product. Here's a precaution to keep in mind. While tempeh is incredibly nutritious, it can interact with certain thyroid or estrogen-related medications. If you're on hormonal therapy or sensitive to phytoestrogens, speak with your healthcare provider before making it a regular part of your evening meal. Fifth on list, aged cheese. Aged cheeses like Parmesan or sharp cheddar do far more than add flavor. They may offer real relief for those who wake up multiple times at night to urinate. Their healing power lies in the unique combination of concentrated calcium, protein, vitamin K2, and bioactive peptides created during the aging process. These nutrients support nerve conduction, strengthen muscle tone in the pelvic floor and bladder sphincter, and promote better vascular health, all of which are crucial for reducing nighttime urinary urgency. For individuals with diabetic nerve damage, poor circulation, or bladder overactivity driven by weak muscular signaling, aged cheese can help reinforce those systems gently throughout the night. It also supports hormonal pathways that regulate vasopressin, the hormone responsible for concentrating urine and reducing its production during sleep. A 1-ounce serving of aged Parmesan provides about 110 calories, 10 grams of protein, and less than 1 gram of carbohydrates. It delivers a striking 336 milligrams of calcium, about 26% of the daily value, along with around 20% for phosphorus and 15% for vitamin B12. Sharp cheddar offers a similar nutrient profile with slightly less calcium, but more fat-soluble vitamin K2, which supports kidney filtration and vascular flexibility. These nutrients help calm overactive nerves, improve nighttime fluid retention signaling, and reduce blood vessel stiffness that contributes to poor kidney circulation. Aged cheese is also virtually lactose-free, making it gentler for people with dairy sensitivities. For diabetics, the very low carbohydrate content ensures there's no spike in nighttime glucose, while the high protein and fat content promotes sustained energy release and improves sleep architecture. Recent research shows that vitamin K2 in aged cheeses can improve bladder wall integrity and reduce oxidative stress in nerve tissues, a key factor in nocturia related to diabetic or age-related neuropathy. Its slow-digesting protein also supports the secretion of hormones that tighten the bladder neck and reduce involuntary contractions during REM sleep cycles. Here's a simple diabetic-friendly recipe for nocturia relief: zucchini cheddar bites. Grate 1/2 cup of zucchini and mix with 1 ounce of shredded sharp cheddar. Add 1 tablespoon of almond flour and a pinch of black pepper. Form into small patties and bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. These bites deliver calcium, magnesium, and nerve-calming fats without overloading your digestive system late in the evening. Here's a fun fact. Parmesan cheese must be aged for at least 12 months, some even 36 months, to legally be called Parmigiano Reggiano. During this time, lactose is completely broken down, and the cheese becomes richer in peptides that support muscle and nerve function. Here's a precaution. Aged cheeses can be high in sodium. Parmesan may contain over 400 milligrams per ounce. If you have high blood pressure or salt-sensitive kidney issues, choose a smaller portion or pair it with potassium-rich foods like spinach to help offset the effect. Sixth on list, kefir. Kefir is one of the most powerful fermented dairy drinks for nighttime bladder control and nervous system repair. Unlike regular yogurt, kefir contains a broader spectrum of probiotic strains, often over 30 different species, that don't just support digestion, but also influence brain chemistry, immune signaling, and hormonal balance. This is especially important for people suffering from nocturia, where poor sleep, overactive nerves, and hormonal dysregulation all play a role in disrupting the bladder's ability to retain urine during the night. Kefir helps restore balance to the gut-brain-bladder axis by reducing inflammation, improving absorption of calming nutrients like magnesium and B vitamins, and boosting natural production of melatonin and vasopressin, 2 hormones that directly regulate nighttime urine production and sleep depth. For diabetics and seniors with frequent urination tied to neuropathy or disrupted circadian rhythms, kefir offers both gentle hydration and therapeutic support from the inside out. A 1 cup, 8-ounce serving of plain low-fat kefir contains about 100 calories, 9 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, and 11 grams of carbohydrates, including natural lactose. It also provides around 300 milligrams of calcium, 23% of the daily value, 10% of the daily value for vitamin D, 12% for phosphorus, and 15% for vitamin B12. These nutrients help support nerve repair, bladder wall strength, and kidney fluid processing. The probiotics in kefir also play a unique role in managing blood sugar during the night by slowing gastric emptying and increasing insulin sensitivity, which indirectly reduces nighttime fluid overload and urgency. One study found that drinking fermented dairy like kefir for just 3 weeks resulted in a 31% improvement in nocturia symptoms, particularly among individuals with nerve-related bladder dysfunction and poor sleep quality. The effect is strongest when consumed 1 to 2 hours before bed, allowing the probiotics and nutrients to enter the bloodstream and influence nighttime hormone signaling. Here's a diabetic-friendly recipe for nocturia relief: Try a cinnamon berry kefir smoothie. Blend 1 cup of plain kefir with 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries, a pinch of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of ground flax seeds. This cooling drink delivers gut-healing probiotics, antioxidants, and magnesium in a light, low glycemic form that supports sleep and bladder control. Here's a fun fact. Kefir gets its name from the Turkish word keyif, which means feeling good after eating, a perfect reflection of how it calms the body and supports overnight balance. Here's a precaution to consider. Some store-bought kefir products contain added sugars or flavorings that can irritate the bladder and spike blood sugar. Always choose plain, unsweetened kefir with active live cultures for the best results. You've learned the best dairy foods for nighttime relief. Now let's boost their power with a few simple, science-backed habits. These helpful tips can make the difference between waking up once or not at all. Helpful tips for Nocturia relief. When it comes to relieving Nocturia, timing your fluids can make all the difference. Drinking enough water during the day is essential, but slowing down your intake about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime helps reduce the pressure on your bladder during sleep. For people with diabetes, this also prevents glucose-driven thirst at night, which often leads to a cycle of drinking more and waking more. It's also helpful to include bladder-supportive nutrients in your evening meals. Foods rich in magnesium, calcium, and tryptophan, like tofu, Greek yogurt, and leafy greens, support the release of melatonin and vasopressin, the two hormones that help your body retain urine and sleep more deeply. Stable blood sugar is another critical piece of the puzzle. If your glucose rises during sleep, your kidneys work overtime to flush it out, leading to frequent nighttime urination. Avoid high sugar or carb-heavy snacks in the evening and focus instead on protein-rich, low glycemic options like kefir, cottage cheese, or tempeh to keep glucose levels steady through the night. For those who experience swollen legs or fluid retention, propping your feet up for 30 to 60 minutes before bed helps drain excess fluid from the lower body, reducing the burden on your bladder once you're lying down. And finally, always empty your bladder right before sleep, even if you don't feel the need. Then sit for a few quiet minutes and try again. This double voiding technique helps ensure your bladder is fully emptied, reducing the chance of waking up soon after drifting off. Combined with relaxing habits like deep breathing or light stretching, these simple steps can create a calmer, more bladder-friendly bedtime routine that helps you stay asleep longer. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe for more natural tips, and share your thoughts in the comments below.